Okay, so my name's Suzanne and I'm with CATIE. So we're a national community organization and we do knowledge exchange with and for community service providers. Um, and we wanted to create some space to talk about something connected to the last speaker, which is the nothing about us without us principle. So that's the concept that it's really important to engage people with lived experience in all areas of the hepatitis C response. So from programming to research, just the importance of people with lived experience being not just subjects or clients, but also involved, in program design and also research design and development. So Lindsay and Shujaat are going to talk to you a bit more about how they do this in their work.
Good morning. I'm surprised you can't hear my heartbeat through this thing. My name is Lindsay, and I work for an agency here in Hussain an agency in Toronto called Hussain, and it's Prisoners HIV/AIDS Support Action Network. My job title is the Provincial Hep C Program Coordinator. So my job is to go into provincial prisons and institutions to deliver harm reduction workshops and transmission and prevention educational workshops within the institutions. I guess outside of my professional hat, I also am a person with lived experience. I have been incarcerated and I have been through, or not really been through, the health system inside of an institution because it doesn't overly exist very well. I think that my lived experience has brought me to this place within my professional setting. I lost my father to Hep C due to needle injection use, so I do have a very close tie to not only prison work, but also just the Hep C with my family. Also too, I just want to thank Lisa Barrett for recognizing and also doing the work that you did in the PEI jail. So as you said, it's very challenging, but it's doable. So I don't need to convince you that treating people inside provincial institutions is doable because you did that, especially for a population that, as you said, it's very in and out. There's a lot of people going in and short stays, whatnot. So I think for me today, the very short time that I have to talk to you about is around treatment looks different inside of a provincial setting than it would within a community. And it's important that for researchers that you actually understand what goes on in a prison and the culture within an institution. So we know that we have $15 million for federal prisoners, but where's the prevention work after you're treating federal prisoners inside? What prevention work are you doing around the tattooing that's happening in federal institutions, around the needle injection use that does happen in federal institutions? So the funding that you're giving is not just for the treatment, but it needs to be for the prevention work behind that to support the fact of no transmission, like continuous reinfection rates. Also, too, I guess in the provincial system, I personally don't think you should be denied treatment access. I went to the office this morning, hesitant to check my messages because I haven't been in the office all week, but I had 25 messages, and the one message that I got was from an individual that's incarcerated right now. Before he got in, he was approved for treatment to be covered by the government. And now he's sitting in a provincial institution where they're saying, nope, we are no longer going to treat you. And you basically have to wait till you get out. So his message, and just so you understand, you get 20 minutes in a provincial institution to talk with people on the outside. So sometimes I might have a 20-minute message or I might have a 30-second message. So he has to give me all his information that he's not eligible for the treatment, and he's been trying to advocate for himself. He's been asking questions to healthcare, and now he's sitting in isolation and segregation because he's trying to use his voice. So he just wanted to know how I can help him. And that's part of my challenge, is how to engage corrections, how to engage and advocate for prisoners in a provincial population, that it doesn't matter if you're there for 3 days, 6 months. We know that people sitting in provincial jail are there a lot longer. They could be there for years, even unsentenced, waiting for trial, waiting on remand, getting mistrials, whatnot. So we know that the time is there. Prevention as well. If we can't offer treatment for somebody that's in there for 3 days, talk to them, engage with the conversation if the diagnosis, because that's the linkage to care. That's the continuity of care that we can offer. Also, too, around prevention, corrections, and harm reduction, not always